Effort to help our furry friends find a forever home, we're partnered with the folks at the Chautauqua County Humane Society. Brian Papalea joins me today with two new furry friends. Thank you for coming in, Brian.
Thank you, Justin.
Please introduce us.
You have Rosie, I have Anne. They are sisters, and they're about 2 years old, and they would like to go home together.
Okay.
Yeah, most of the time when it comes to the litters of kittens, it's not a big deal to split them up, but these two, they've been together for a while, and they definitely are needing to go together. If you're personality-wise, Rosie is kind of the defender.
Okay.
And Anne's like the one that'll hide under a blanket.
Gotcha.
But just in the last few minutes here, you can see she's really kind of come around and is feeling pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. And Rosie, just spending, Dakota's weather segment with her. I mean, she's looking around. She seemed like she maybe wanted to jump for a second, but then when I held on to her, she did no resistance. Very sweet cats, both of them. And adopting them together, is it just because they bonded so well? Is that one of the reasons?
They just, they rely on each other.
Yeah.
It would be, technically we could split them up, but just in this case, it just feels better to have them go together. And,
yeah.
And if you don't have cats, cats are social animals, so, it's sometimes maybe better to get to.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. And I think Rosie wants to. Rosie, if we let you go, we may never see you again. We had that happen once.
We did, yes.
Snowball, funny. I think it was, right?
Yeah.
He disappeared, and that was a rat race.
We have mice, too, at the Chautauqua County Humane Society.
Oh,
up for adoption, like not just, mice, but these very cool mice.
I see, not food for these.
Yeah. Something I do want to point out,
yeah.
So we are going to have our Halloween event tomorrow at the Chautauqua Mall from noon to 3, and we are going to have, I think it's a neighborhood of like 15 or 16 adult cats there, because we've been spotlighting the kittens a lot lately, and we needed to get the bigger guys some attention, or gals, sorry, and so we are going to do a half price on cat adoptions tomorrow during that event.
Okay.
It'll be $37.50 for their adoption fees. So stop up and they will be here. Anne and Rosie will be there at that event. So.
Absolutely. And as we mentioned, they're both very chill. And in that sense, you think a family may be looking to get a cat, or even if it is one person, two cats versus one cat. Is it extra work, do you think? Or
no? It's funny because when you talk, I always keep account when we go and we talk to people at different events, and like I talked to a lady that had 15 cats.
Oh wow!
And she was, not when you picture something, somebody who might have 15 cats. It's like a real person that takes care of the cats.
I gotcha.
It's not like a cartoon character in The Simpsons or something.
I figured she'd have like crazy hair and
exactly.
hair all over her
That's
body.
why I wanted to break the stereotype a little bit if I could. And she's like, I'd like to get 17, and and so I think once you get past a certain threshold, being one, it just kind of.
They just blend in.
Yeah, right? They take care of themselves. They need love. They need food. They need medical, vet care. As long as you can afford that and are able to provide that, I don't know what the laws are, but
with these guys, I always like to try to nab this in there. If you had a dog at home, you'd have to make sure they bond well.
Yeah, we don't test for that at the shelter as far as cats with dogs, but I think a lot of it depends on how you knowing your dog. I mean, you have a shepherd who might have
wants.
There you go.
There we go. Let the countdown begin. Can she escape? She's actually going to go, oh, you're going to stay over here? Come here. So these could do well with the dog.
A lot of it, like I said, goes back to the dog. If you have a shepherd who has a higher prey drive or something like that, it's not going to work out. But if your dog, if the personality and it's going to fit, or a younger dog where they can be trained,
Absolutely.
Or if the cat has a hiding space, there's a lot of different things.
Right. You need to have somewhere for them to be able to have their space and the dog not getting to it.
That's why we have adoption counselors, because they go through all kinds of information so we can make sure everybody's going to be happy and healthy and all that kind of stuff.
And to learn more about either one of these kitties, come on, Rosie. She's more interested in the behind-the-scenes efforts of what we have. You could visit chqhumane.org.